What is wrong with me? I always complained about Canadian winters, and then I had one chance to escape it. I was in sunny Thailand, working online, sponsored by brands, traveling, and then I just like sat down one day and I'm like, I'm feeling a little homesick. And then I booked a flight and I came back to Canada. There were some family things that happened, but I mean, like, I decided to come back to a Canadian winter.
Oh my god! This is what Halifax looks like in the middle of a blizzard!
Am I okay up here? Now that's a rhetorical question. Please don't answer it, because I know someone's gonna write a funny comment like, Nader, we knew you were never mentally okay. And you may be right, but let's just be kind here. Why did I return to Canada in the winter? Well, it's because I'm a winter expert. How much of an expert on winter? So much of an expert on winter. In other words, there are two ways to cope and survive in a Canadian winter. In this video, I'm gonna break those two ways down. It's a whole thesis. I think it's half psychological and half physical. Psychological because winter can be dull, it can be bleak. It's sunny here, but in Halifax you walk outside, you're like, oh, it's rather gray today, you know? And then you have the other physical aspect. If you run outside in the snow naked and start rolling around, you're gonna die. So there's the two aspects, and I'm going to cover those, but I'm also going to be bringing more science into this video than I usually bring. How cool is science? Science is super cool. This is a fisheye lens. Did you know in Canada some psychologists report having the most calls for depression in the winter time? According to the Center for Addiction and Mental Health, 35% of Canadians report having the winter blues, and as many as 10 to 15% report experiencing seasonal affective disorder or a sort of, you know, seasonally related depression. Now, usually this depression, which I've talked about in other videos, and I've also clarified it's not clinical depression, it's a little bit different, and I'm not a scientist, but seasonal affective disorder usually strikes during those long, hard, darker winter months. But we also have to acknowledge in some parts of Canada, the whole winter is freaking dark. Like, there are parts of Canada you can go where you're like, oh, it's pretty crap outside today. And you can feel a range of different emotions. People experience it differently. Sometimes people feel, you know, a little bit sad, a little bit gloomy. Others might be irritable, stressed, angry. It all depends. Now, am I saying this to scare you about winters in Canada? No, it's rather dramatic. Like, you can see like a third of people kind of get the blues. It makes sense. It's cold, you have to shovel snow. And about 10 to 15, you know, 1 out of 10 people, really it takes a toll on them. And I don't think you will be in that category, because statistically you probably won't be. And I've also given you tips in my previous videos about how to counteract this. And, you know, it's not some gimmick that I'm giving you. It's literally like surround yourself with friends, eat healthy, like things that are proven to boost your mental health. One thing that makes winter hard is the length of it. You might come here and think, hey, 4 seasons, 4 months a season, super clean, like summer 4 months, spring 4 months, winter 4 months. But it's not like that. Seasons here in Canada like to overlap. They like to hug each other and yeah. So you might go into October, November, like, oh, it's starting to get cold and gloomy, and then December is like super wintry, January, February, super wintry. So you have like November, December, January, February, and then like March, for some reason there's still snow on the ground, and then like the beginning of April, like the snow's kind of gone, but it's slushy and too rainy. So you have like 6 months of, if you're not an optimist, crap. 6 months of crap. And then we're also taking into account that if you're in Canada, you might not have your family here. In fact, if you're an international student, you probably don't, because that study in Canada visa permit did not come with a bring your whole family here to play, you know, permit. So I've come outside to bring you to the Canadian winter firsthand. I'm in Lakefield, Ontario. Check out the Ontario. This is rural Canada, or at least more rural Canada. It's less rural now. But my family moved up here 10 years ago. We considered it to be like really rural, because it's away from the GTA, it's away from Toronto, it's far, like it's the far east, you know? Now it's just like, okay, like it's up and coming, it's a more happening place in Ontario. So yeah, this is it. But winters here are generally harsher than they are in the GTA. I give you a good idea of what it's actually like. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 psychological tips to make the winters easier. The first one, it's cliche, but I want to tell you exactly how to execute it. It's being around friends. But how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna see more friends? Set up one dinner or one gathering every single week and do it no matter what. Even if you're busy, even if something happens, make sure you are able to have dinner with your friends once a week. Doing that is going to be great because it's grounding, it's anchoring. You know, every Friday you're going to see the same people. You're going to talk about what you have in common. You're going to talk about goals. You're going to talk about the winter too and how you're all coping with it. And that's really going to help you. So be around friends, but set that dinner appointment up every single week. But don't invite friends that are assholes. Next tip to get around hard winters. This one is great and it's helped me. Incorporate more lights into your home. Go to Best Buy, buy some smart lights that change colors, hook it up to your phone. It'll probably be like 80 to 100 bucks to like get all these lights. But hey, you can voice activate your lights, turn them into any like soothing candlelight color that you like. It kind of livens the mood a little bit instead of it just always being gray. And hey, you can read books there, you can, you know, watch some TV, you could do your work there. It just makes it a little bit more comforting. But get this, if you can't have a fireplace in your home because you're in a student apartment, order one off eBay or Amazon. I personally love fire, like, it makes me sound like an arson, but I just love how soothing it is, and I think it's human nature. I mean, we've used fire throughout civilization, so I think honestly having a nice warm lit electrical fireplace, you know, even if it's fake, it's just an illusion, it's going to help you enjoy those winter months a little more because you could turn on that fireplace. You're looking at 50 to 100 for a really nice one, up to 200 for a fantastic crazy one, like 300 bucks. But will this help you? Yeah, like it's winter like 8 months out of the year. You're gonna get good use out of that thing. Third one is having goals that you actually write down. I want you to come up with 3 goals, long-term goals in the winter, whether that's, you know, get healthy, lose weight, maybe put on muscle because you're bulking. You might potentially have gym goals and you might have other projects. Like for me, it might be to make 200 videos about Halifax. Write those down and try to hit them. It'll give you something to look forward to. Physical tips. I have lots of these on my channel, but first of all, dress in layers, okay? You don't just want a coat. You want a really, really tight layer close to your body. It's gonna keep you super warm. That helped me when I moved from Southeast Asia to China. And China, it was winter and it was like 3-4 degrees, and I went from like 35 degrees to like 3 or 4 degrees. I was freezing. And I went to a good friend's house and his mom went out and bought me, get this, because I was so cold, she was so kind, she bought me underwear. Not like boxer briefs, but she bought me like full body like underwear, like super close, kind of like what long johns would be in Canada. You can look those up, but like super tight to my body. And it was so warm. It was so warm. So invest in that. Buy some long underwear. In other countries it's more popular. Canadians don't really wear it all the time unless they're skiers. But it's popular in other countries like China. Next tip, stay active as hell. Because in the wintertime we don't really get to walk. Incorporate cardio, okay? There's so many people who say like cardio is stupid, it's not worth it. Incorporate like 15 minutes of it. Like not even as a fitness or a weight loss goal, but you should use it. Like when I was walking in Southeast Asia, a lot, without even realizing it, I lost like 15 pounds, got super fit, got toned, and I was like, what? Like, I thought cardio wastes muscles. I thought cardio is useless. I thought it's only good for cardio health. But no, it like completely changed the fitness game on me. And so I'm gonna be incorporating it more in Canada where we don't walk because it's freaking winter all the time. Next tip for the physical, and this one is actually hard. It can be uncomfortable to do it. But figure out how to do a home workout in your own apartment. Even if you're in a student apartment, it could be, I get it, you don't have like a mat to do sit-ups, you don't have any barbells or dumbbells, and maybe you think it's a useless, like fruitless endeavor, but it's not. Like find a way to do like even a 7-10 minute workout in your place when you can't make it to the gym. It will completely reset your mind and change the game on not only your work performance and your athletic performance, but on your mindset to make you, get this, actually enjoy the winter. When you go to other countries, when you leave, when you go back to your home, you're gonna miss the snow, you're gonna miss the Canada, you're gonna miss the winter. My name is Nader Nadernejad. If this video helped you, be sure to subscribe and smash that notification bell, and thank you for watching.